What's up, friends? Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to season 3 of the podcast. I am so flipping excited. I'm sure you can tell in my voice. I'm a little bit shaky. I'm all the things. This is going to be a super special season because, y'all, it is the 1-year anniversary of starting this wild ride of doing a podcast. I would have never seen this in my future when I first started my blog 12 plus years ago. There have been so many highlights in these conversations during this amazing year, and it truly has been such a gift. And I would not be able to have this gift if you guys didn't show up and come here every single week on Tuesdays to tune in with me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I also found out on Twitter the other day that apparently the podcast won an award as a top 5 education podcast. So that's pretty cool. Wow, you guys have really done so much for me by leaving your subscribes, your rates, your reviews, all the things. But buckle up. I firmly believe that season 3 is going to be the absolute best one yet. And you are not ready for some of these conversations. They are next level, you guys, next level. I was quaking in my boots, so excited about some of these conversations and the people that I got to get to come on the podcast this season. You guys are going to just flipping love it. I hope as much as I have loved chatting with these guests so far. So here's announcement time. Drum roll, please. We are, you may have noticed this already, changing the title from Healthy with Heather Brown to a slight tweak. It's now just Healthy by Heather Brown. I personally think it's kind of cutesy because then you get the HBHB, Healthy by Heather Brown. And this is also just part of some bigger changes to my brand, which I'll get into in a second. You guys kind of get to hear the first take of why this is so special to me, what has been going on behind the scenes for this past year that has led me to this point. And honestly, God has just been teaching me so much about mind, body, and spirit health. You've seen that play out with my triple threat triangle that starts with my Sunday reset. And spoiler alert, your health isn't a destination. We really just try to work on getting better or worse by 1% every single day. And I am still learning daily. I think that there's such an amazing thing that happens when you have a growth mindset. So I really do feel like I am never going to get to the point where I know it all about health. So I think it's a continual journey where I want to learn and grow, and I want to have people challenge my opinions on my spiritual growth, on my physical health growth, on my mindset. And so in this upcoming season, I venture to say that I'm going to do that for you guys. Some of the guests that are coming on are going to do that for you guys, as well as Eric. We are not afraid to take it a little bit deeper, I would say, this season, because we have to, because we're talking about relationships, and that's what God designed us for. He created this God-sized hole in our heart that only He can fill. But then He also has been so gracious to create man and woman to be able to, thrive in marriage and have families. But with those things in a fallen, sinful world, there are hard things that are going to come up against you, friend. So I want to go there with therapists, with doctors, with psychologists, with health gurus, people that have written books on these topics, other podcasters. We're really going to deep dive into all the things. So in the first 2 seasons, if you're new around here, you may not know this, but we focus on physical health the first season and then mental health in season 2. So as we just discussed, we were diving into relational and spiritual health in season 3. You guys asked and gave so many good answers in the polls we did on Instagram stories, asking for your feedback, who you wanted to see on the podcast, what you wanted to talk about, what topics we should go in a little bit deeper in this season. And I am just absolutely thrilled to get into it. So I do want to set up the season for you guys so you kind of know what to expect. We are actually going to be kicking off some mini series for this season. That's something we haven't done in the past. The first thing that we're going to do starting next week is I'm titling that mini series in the season, Raising Kids in Controversial Times. So definitely get ready for some spicy conversations with the crappy Christian, the girl named Blake on Instagram. We've got Matt Bodrow and other phenomenal guests coming on to talk about things like adoption and the schooling system and homeschooling and what all these things look like. I really do think that you guys are going to be pushed, stretched, challenged in that. And I'm excited to talk with you guys about Eric and I's parenting style and philosophy as well. Then We'll next go into health and relationships from the inside out. So having a lot of women that were willing to come on and talk about either counselors are coming on. Deborah Felita, her episode is literal fire. It's so good. When we got done with that episode, I was like, I have to sit down and re-listen to that and take action steps and notes onto how I want to plug this into my life. I literally couldn't even wait until it came out this season because you guys are going to get so much in it. We talk about the 4 quadrants of health, much like my triple threat triangle, and how you're going to tackle your health from all different angles. And then the next thing we'll talk about is hot takes on marriage. And we'll dig into the spicy with Eric, my hubby. If you're new around here, he comes on each episode pretty much at the end for the marriage corner. But then we also do a few episodes, just me and him. So we'll definitely be talking about marriage and all the things. Now, if you follow me anywhere, you know I talk about this redefined version of health through my health journey with postpartum depression. I did realize through that journey that I had to focus on physical, mental, and spiritual health. So that is what I call my triple threat triangle. We really have the power of relational health, our relationship with God, so that we can have healthy relationships with those around us. So in this season, you will notice that you'll probably hear more about the Lord in each section of these relationships because we really do believe that God has designed all of this, our mental, spiritual, and physical health to be connected. And we want to make sure that we are being great stewards of the body and the mind that He has given us here on this side of heaven. So here's some things you can get excited for about what's coming in season 3. In the mini-series, Raising Kids in Controversial Times, we'll be talking about things with political thought leaders, about what it looks like to have spicy conversations with people who don't see eye to eye with you. Make sure you invite your small group, your group text, and your mom besties to tune in and send them the link pretty please. You do not want to miss our boy mom or girl mom episodes or the adoption discussion. They are invaluable and truly eye-opening from every single side of the parenting spectrum, I believe. Then we'll have a mini series on marriage. Like I talked about, Eric and I'll be hopping on the mic, talking through how we parent and communicate through hiccups in our marriage or, quote unquote, discussions, as we call them. I don't know if your kids are really into Bluey, but Finn and even Layton still loves Bluey. I'm like, heck, Eric and I even still like Bluey. But we loved how the other day in one of the episodes, they were talking about how their mom and dad had a squabble. And they were like, no, it wasn't a squabble. It was just a discussion. And Eric and I were like, oh my gosh, Bluey's parents ascribed to the same thought process on not really calling it a squabble, as they would say over there, or argument in, American terms. So then next we'll get into that mini series about revamping your relationship with yourself and avoiding business burnout as entrepreneurs. How to really make sure that you're focusing on filling your own cup so you can pour out into others. So definitely stay tuned for all those mini series. I'm excited to see how you guys receive them and which one's your favorite at the end of the season. So in this season, I feel like our guests truly nailed going there and saying that thing that nobody wants to say with all the spicy hot takes that are really going to make this season be just a little bit more not afraid to say what we've been thinking inside, hopefully for a lot of you since 2020, what you've been holding back, how it's affected your relationship, so on and so forth. Whew. Okay, Heather, time to land the freaking plane. For the 40th time now, season 3 is all about relational health and finding the light in the darkness and just true joy. That's what I want you to feel every time you pop those earbuds in your ears or every time you're driving in the car and you hear my voice and my guest's voice. Please mark your calendar for the first episode dropping Tuesday, July 25th. And if you really want to celebrate with me, make sure you hit the link in the show notes to RSVP to my virtual podcast party after the kids go to bed. You can drink wine, I can have tea or water or your LaCroix, whatever you want, just that makes you feel fancy. Maybe you want to pour your Spindrift into your wine glass. I don't know. Do what feels good to you. I'll be in my cozies. Join me in your cozies. It's going to be a fun time. While you're adding things to your calendar, go ahead and mark down every Tuesday for the drop of a new episode. But if you're not a calendar girly, when you hit the follow button, Apple Podcasts and Spotify will send you a notification when I drop a new episode, making sure you never miss one at all. Now, tune into the launch of season 3, episode 48 next. So if you're listening to this in real time, it'll be next week, next Tuesday. This is where I will walk you through the one thing I do to keep me on track with my relationships without feeling overwhelmed and spread too thin. And I have even more big announcements up my sleeve. I am legit freaking out, you guys. I mean, truly, I have been freaking out over the changes coming and have been for a while. So I'm just pumped to get the news out into the world so that I can serve you better with more clarity, more focus, and just enhance your overall experience with the content I produce, help you to learn more, make it more feasible, help you to know where to find me and all the places a little easier. And because we've had all this going on behind the scenes, I just really, really, really would love to hear from you guys. I feel like you can probably hear the shakiness in my voice when you guys send me messages of encouragement, and especially voice memos, whether you're saying a prayer for me or whether you're telling me something you learned from the podcast or how it impacts you. It just like truly touches me down to my core. I tear up all the time when I get very kind messages from you guys, but I would love to have it in a voice memo form if at all possible, because then I can use it on the podcast. I can let other people hear what makes you love the podcast, what makes it be worth tuning into. So if you can let me know what you love the most about the podcast, what has been the most informative, what makes you tune in each week, please find me on Instagram and make sure to send me a voice memo ASAP. I would love, love, love to use that. Tell me what you like about my spicy co-host, Eric Brown, in the Marriage Corner. We would just love to hear those messages from you. We literally like giggle and laugh and just get so much joy out of hearing y'all's messages in DMs at nighttime when we've got the kids in bed. So I'd love for him to be able to hear y'all's voices as well with that voice memo. It truly touches my heart because I'm such a relational person. So let's see. Will you do me a huge favor? I am asking you to blow this up on social media for me. Pretty please. And it's not because I want a big shebang for me. I know it's a big ask. I know some people don't like posting on their stories or they don't like posting too much, but I need this message to get out to women who feel alone. Y'all know that my heart is for mamas, especially young mamas that are just lost in this world. They don't have a good community. Maybe there's a mom that is struggling with debilitating cramps and she doesn't know that she needs to hear the episode we did with Nicole Jardim, where these experts are coming in and telling them how to tackle it. I need the mama who is unknowingly facing PPD or anxiety to hear Healthy by Heather Brown. I desire the lonely mama to find her tribe and get actionable steps on how to find them. I want the mom struggling with her marriage to hear from therapists, to hear this encouragement that we're going to be bringing this season. Help me help them, pretty please. It is not about me. I want to say that again. It is about you guys, and it is about serving a larger audience that God has called me to. I truly believe that the Lord has placed this vision on my heart. And while I have been kind of trepidatiously stepping into it the past few years and trying to figure it all out, I feel like now I feel more confident in my ability to get amazing guests for you guys, to be able to ask the hard questions, to know what it's like to run a podcast. And this season, I am ready to freaking go. So I want to go and have you guys find your mama tribe, go to your church groups, share about the podcast. Please send out the link to the podcast in your Mama Girl Gang group text, in your group me's, in your Marco Polos, in your Slack channels. Tell your friends, because if you like it, I bet they will. And I bet they're going to get something amazing that the Lord has in store for them to learn in prior seasons or in this upcoming season. That would just mean so much. Please blow it up everywhere you can. Please share it on Instagram. Share it on your Instagram stories. Please tag me. Please send me those voice memos. I am literally begging you from the bottom of my heart. I need your help here, Girl Gang. Now, as a reminder, this is literally all for you. You guys mean so much to me, so much. I am astounded with the way that the Lord has grown this platform, and I know He has great things in store for it. I know that biblical, loving women are out there, and we get told that they're silenced, and they're not. We are out there, and we have to find each other in this community. And I want to be there for you guys, and I want to be able to pray for you by name, and I want to be able to connect with you deeper. And I'm so excited about the ways that I have coming to do that. So stay tuned for the upcoming episode releasing next Tuesday, where I'll be explaining more all about that. We will definitely laugh together this season. I'll probably cheer up like I am right now. And we all know Eric Brown will bring the sexy time chats if you've been around for a couple seasons. I want to help you reconnect your relationships to God, yourself, and your people. And that's what we'll do in season 3. It's time. Let's do it. Go share the things. Send me your voice memo. Can't wait to chat over in DMs soon on Instagram.